But if you're out there in the world, we are now live on the YouTubes, live on the X. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8:15 a.m. on Tuesday, August 18th. See what the markets are looking like in the morning. Looking down, looking like the the SPY. Sorry, this is the SPY. It's looking to open down. NASDAQ also looking to open down. We did not reach new all-time highs on the NASDAQ. The S&P 500 did, however, though. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Crypto getting smacked. Venice, though, way up the past 2 days. Venice up to 1460. Very interesting. The AI play, the decentralized AI play. Got the new weed pack yesterday, blowing on that cheetah piss. Scary. They call it piss. 30-year Treasury yield tops 5.3%, new 19-year high on inflation spending concerns. Home Depot reaffirms guidance amid frozen housing market. Just because I'm not buying a new home doesn't mean I'm not working on the one I have. I do have a lot of work to do at my home. Let's see what's going on with the 30-year. Treasury yields rose on Tuesday with long dated fixed income hitting their highest level in more than 2 decades amid a worsening U.S. fiscal situation and persistently higher inflation. Not good. Early hours of Tuesday morning saw yields on the 30-year Treasury yield add 2 basis points to trade at 5.33%, nearing highest levels since 2002. Jesus. The 10-year Treasury note yield, the main benchmark for mortgages, auto loans, and credit card debt, was 1.6 basis points higher. The yield on the 2-year Treasury note, which typically reacts in line with short-term Federal Reserve interest rates decisions, edged up to 4.186. 10-year, 1 month, 1 year, 2 year, 30-year, 3 months, 6 month. The move follows news that U.S. fiscal deficit jumped to 432 billion in July, its highest monthly total since March 2021, pushing the year-to-date shortfall to nearly 1.8 trillion. Interest paid to finance the nearly 40 trillion national debt has cost the government about 1.2 trillion this year. How is that even possible? How do we pay the bill? This is the cycle where Bitcoin gets. This is what people start saying. I start mentioning the problem we have. Nope. I guess I could. Whatever. On the inflation side, the move follows news that the U.S. fiscal deficit jumped. Blah 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 blah. Sorry. On the inflation side, recent readings have shown low levels of overall price increase in June and July, but the annual rate remains well above the Fed's 2% target. Government debt also felt the effects of ongoing Middle East tension. Oil prices rose as the 60-day deadline for the U.S. and Iran to secure a peace deal expired Monday, with Iran ruling out the possibility of an extension. Markets have seen growing weakness over the last 24 hours, with bond and equity slipping thanks to negative geopolitical headlines from the Middle East. There wasn't a single catalyst for the decline, but with few signs of U.S. and Iran coming to any sort of deal, that meant investors priced in more extended closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Definitely seems like we were so rosy and green on AI, and now it's like, what about existential crisis? What about the debt? What about this and that problem? What about housing? What about inflation? Seems like we could go down. Scary. Crypto kind of bouncing, getting people all hype. SPY reaching an all-time high, just continuously just going up, no down, no chill. QQQ the same, but did not reach the all-time high that we made in June, which is kind of scary. Is this the rollover happening in the QQQ before it happens in the SPY? I don't know. I'm no fucking master trader, dude. Home Depot's. We're a big Home Depot fan. Use the Home Depot credit card. Mainly because Home Depot's closer to my house than Lowe's. I don't really think there's a difference between the two. It's Coke and Pepsi. Home Depot reported fiscal second quarter results that beat Wall Street's expectations on the top and bottom line, reaffirming its full year fiscal guidance. We continue to operate in what we call a frozen housing market conditions, but we also know that we're taking share, that we're serving our customers better every day. It's a reflection of the continued investment we've made in the focus. Yeah, you know why? Because people, they can't sell their house. Nobody can sell their home, so they must invest in keeping it nice, right? Broad engagement across its categories, including both its pro and do it yourself business, but the greater uncertainty in the market led the company to reaffirm rather than raising guidance. Healthy cohort, they said they've had the means to spend, they're just hesitant. While we're happy with their level of engagement in the first half, they do tell us they're worried about inflation, about fuel costs, about general uncertainty. So there's a little bit of hesitance there as the project gets bigger. Net income of so earnings per share 492 adjusted versus 473 expected. Wow. Barely beat on revenue. Barely beat on revenue. Still pretty amazing though. Home Depot saw comparable sales rise 1.7%, beating expectations. Wow, almost by double. Interesting. Sales growth for the year to be between 2.5% and 4.5%, and operating margins between 12.4 and 12.6. Very interesting. Lowe's is more for the small household, single mom home improvement store. Home Depot is for contractors, mobile bulk items, industrial type installations. I think they both play to both. I don't know about that, my friend. Like, what makes one more for small households or single mom? They all carry the same thing. They're literally the same layout. They got lumber, they got fucking electrical, they got lawn and garden, they got tool section, they have paint. Like, there's no difference. They're fucking Coke and Pepsi. You're just trying to make a difference, dude. What difference are we talking? There's no fucking difference there. There might be like a slight quality difference. I do think one is slightly better than the other, but I don't even know which one that is, dude, to be honest. They all carry the same shit. It's literally the same shit. There's no difference. One bucket's orange, one bucket's blue, dude. One can is red, one can is blue, dude. You know? Nvidia's AI mode is shifting from chips to capital. Are they becoming a bank now? What? Nvidia's massive head start in artificial intelligence turned the chipmaker into the world's most valuable company now, almost 4 years into the generative AI boom. Competitors like AMD and Google have chipped away at Nvidia's technology lead, pushing the company to take advantage of its other great asset, capital. Wall Street firms to pursue 500 billion worth of financing for Nvidia's graphics processing units. Nvidia said on Monday that it'd be providing up to 105 billion for a grant. OpenAI data center in Ohio offering a backstop of sorts should ChatGPT creators see its fortunes turn. For Nvidia, the strategy involves fueling the AI boom by whatever means necessary, recognizing the demand for critical infrastructure seemingly insatiable, but that a handful of companies, the hyperscalers, account for an oversized amount of purchase. With a quarterly free cash flow up 18-fold over the past 3 years, 48 billion. Jesus. Nvidia is using the strength of its balance sheet and credit rating to ensure there's no dramatic slowdown following 12 straight quarters of revenue growth. Is that a good thing? They remain dominant, but they're paranoid about making sure they don't lose ground. Nvidia declined to comment. Cantor brushed off concerns that Nvidia is effectively buying revenue through its financial maneuvering. They reiterated their buy rating and said its latest agreement is a clear signal that the current AI investment cycle will be elongated and durable. Nvidia is swimming in money. Its cash generation is so great, the company said in May that it was increasingly the quarterly dividend of 25 cents a share from a penny. Announced a new 80 billion stock buyback plan. The company pledged to return roughly 50% of the free cash flow to shareholders. Holy shit. Dude, I bought Nvidia so long ago, like in college and shit. There's one thing I'd like to teach my kid. It is to start saving early. About to get wrecked today when the market opens. These Wendy's calls are about to drop from 95 cents down to like 60 cents or some dumb shit. I'm going to get super wrecked when the market opens, but I really wish I want to teach my kid how to save in the SPY and the NASDAQ early and about dividends and letting him gamble with his dividends. I think I did some dumb stuff early in my life where I didn't build cash flow or dividends. I bought things like Nvidia and Facebook and stuff, but I was never able to hold on to them because I always needed cash. And I was too levered into like one single asset. And it really pisses me off. Like, I owned a shit ton of Nvidia back in the day. Like, I should be picking up all those gains and dividends, but I'm too retarded. And I really want to make sure that I not only correct it myself and buy a bunch of SPY and the QQQ myself and set a good example, but I teach that to the next generation so that he has $44,900 in a bank account saved up, invested in stocks before he turns fucking 25 years old, if that makes fucking sense. If that makes any sense out there. Hoist upon your own retard? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means, my friend. What else is in the news? Whoa, new prediction market entrant. Club lose losses skyrocket. How investors profit from soccer? How is that a thing? Ian Am would love to know, how do investors profit from soccer? Let's start there just for Ian Am, dude. A consortium including Jeff Bezos has agreed to buy a minority stake in Liverpool FC. Wow. Fenway Sports Group sold a minority stake in Liverpool Football Club to a consortium including Jeff Bezos on Friday in a deal worth over $7 billion. Almost 16 years after the Boston-based group rescued Liverpool from the brink of administration for a cut price of 300 million euros or lira or something, 405 million in US dollars. FSG partially cast out with an enormous return on investment after a remarkable turnaround that saw the Mearside club win multiple domestic and European trophies. But while English football clubs are increasingly drawing interest from sophisticated investors around the globe, they remain risky and unprofitable. The pre tax losses for the 20 English Premier League clubs totaled 948 million in the 2024-25 season, notable deterioration of more than 600% from the previous season. Only 8 clubs reported an operating profit that year compared to 13 in the season before, so they're getting worse. Inflated transfer fees for players are a key driver in high operating costs. With the expenditure on player transfers having grown to keep pace with the ever scaling race for talent, the likelihood is that will have been another year of substantial financial losses. Deal demonstrates opportunity to buy undervalued assets and sell them on a higher prices later. With growing interest in the game, propelling teams to even higher valuations. Even if you're not making a profit day in, day out, the value of the asset is still going up. And there's plenty of assets within it that can be licensed out. Dude, what type of craziness is this? This is like rich people buying and selling Slaves? What is the fuck is going on here? They don't even make a profit. It's probably a loss that they harvest against profits in other businesses. But because more revenue is coming in and they're spending more to staying on top, like it's just a constant fight to be the best, and you have to spend more to be the best, to be competitive. And so even as your revenue is going up, you're continuing to spend more, but the value of the asset is also going up, so you're just trapped in this fucking vicious 3-3 cycle. This sounds like fucking Ohm when it first came out. This is down to the reputation and scarcity that specific elite clubs can offer. The English Premier League really does help UK soft power, he added. It's one of the oldest leagues in the sporting world. It has global reach, and it's extremely lucrative in boosting business values to those who sponsor it. Interesting. When does this hit a bubble? How are clubs diversifying income streams? Match day ticketing revenues. The other things American sports do incredibly well, which investors are looking to do in Europe, is the stadium and surrounding real estate is 24/7, 365-day revenue generator rather than a place to only make money once every 2 weeks. What does that mean? Tottenham Hotspur's FC new stadium built in 2019 cost 1.2 billion, contributed to the commercial income jumping from 117 million to 215 million. The stadium has hosted major musical acts, including Gorillaz, Bad Bunny, K-pop giants BTS. First purpose-built NFL stadium outside of the U.S. and hosts at least 2 games each year. Sport villages can offer multiple sports and other events in one destination. Help to ensure that money is being generated at all times. That makes sense. Manchester United has confirmed plans to build a new 100,000 seat stadium. Holy shit. Is that as big as like Ohio State? Costs the region 2 billion. I mean, I could see it. Sports are the last standing bastion of something that people tune in to watch live. They text and communicate with each other live. They post on social media live about it. People don't really do that for any other type of content. So it makes sense that the values are going up. The fight for the best players and to be the best team and to having to run it at a loss the whole time is incredibly crazy. Um, crazy business. Sports in general is crazy. But anybody who's invested in a professional sports team over the past 20 years has done nothing but make zillions. Unlimited market for real. Dude, it's 8:33 here. Up a little early. We got up to like 4 viewers. Now we're back down to 2. I don't know if anybody watches on the old YouTubes or X. Says no. Appreciate you out there. New Mexico United started in 2019 and is already profitable. Wow. Who's the owner of New Mexico United? Yeah, one moment. One moment. Chat being asked to chime in on some shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry, just had to chime in here on some things. Evan doesn't even watch the fucking stream anymore. Dude's up in the morning, freaking out about Hong Kong on TG. Doesn't even come into the fucking stream anymore. Refuses. We don't even get Nathan out here anymore. The whole thing's falling apart. Broke. I don't have any crypto in the wallet. Man, I love it. Love the guys. This is the most fun roller coaster I've ever been on. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I fucking hate it. Peter Treviziani, big Boston VC hedge fund guy, made his billions off Crane shares. Oh, dang. That's what's up. Hong Kong, I think it's Bitcoin Hong Kong in like a week or something like that. That Evan and Claire have to go to for our new client. We're throwing a side event there. I am not going. Wes is in San Francisco. I have to go to San Francisco in 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks now. So I'm not going to go to Hong Kong. Then by the time I get back from San Francisco on the 11th, I think I'll be home for a little bit, maybe a month. We'll probably have the month of the second half of September and a little bit in October until whenever token 2049 Singapore. When is that? 7th through the 8th, and I think I get back the 11th. So I have a little bit less than a month before Token 2049 Singapore, before I have to leave for Token 2049 Singapore. Then we'll go do Token. You know what I'm saying? It's out there now. My boy Ian is here every fucking day, though. That's what's up. Prediction market platform Novig, which hosts sports event contracts, launched on August 4th, is reportedly over 125 million in notional volume in its opening week. How? The platform's first week volume surpassed Kalshi and Polymarket's U.S. opening week volume for sports contracts, as well as those of the Underdog and DraftKings proprietary prediction markets. But how? Who the fuck is Novig? Parlays covered a third of the overall trading volume for Novig, with baseball markets dominating against others. People familiar with the platform, our highest volume day since launching nationwide was 26 million in trading volume. Kalshi, Polymarket, and Polymarket US have dominated. Sports event contracts and regulatory obstacles. Perpetual futures contracts, heads for certain risk. Novig's interest remains in sports, particularly as upcoming season for the NBA and Premier League approaches. Our focus is on markets tied directly to sports and competition. Platform has already sued New York, Massachusetts, Washington, New Mexico. Wow, they got a lot of money behind them. Who is this person? Who is this? Or dim. It's a dim chance they win. CFTC awarded approval for Novig's designated contract markets application in June, and the company has been moving its whole business into the prediction markets category. Previously, it operated in Colorado under a state sports betting license and then pivoted to a sweepstakes based product. Novig only allows users above the age of 21. Huh. Interesting. They were like a state sports betting. They were. I mean, dude. Prediction markets are they're it's just a different way to sports bet and gamble. There might be a few niche fucking, you know, insurance type bets that people could make on there, but my god. Dude, I tell all kinds of people to tune into Red. I mean, you might be smoking weed in the basement, but bro, you're fucking cooking. Rare Market Insight is gained in the stream. Wow. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm trying to learn and do stuff. We're building up the account. We're about to get wrecked today. The market is about to get fucking wrecked. Wendy's is about to get wrecked. I should have never have done these calls, but Regardless of that, as long as we don't get too fucking cooked in the market, QQQ way down, SPY way down, we do have a nice pile of Kizash. You know what I mean? And we're starting to save and just be conservative. We're reminding ourselves why conservative wins. That's what we're going to do looking at this Wendy's trade. Duh, conservative. South Korea must brace for worst case scenario as Trump cuts military drills. Yikes. I didn't full port Wendy's, thank goodness. Of course, never do that. Oh my god. South Korean president, dude, this is so fuck. Why are we leaving South Korea out to dry like this? Maintaining peace was most important for the country, but it needs to prepare for the worst case scenario. President Donald Trump ordered Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to substantially reduce joint drills with Seoul so as to not send the signal that is totally inappropriate and hostile to North Korea. Trump cited a very good relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. What the fuck? Unthreatening and respectful. What in the hell is going on? Lee on Tuesday said that an annual exercise known as Olchi Freedom Shield are defensive and not intended to attack North Korea or raise tension on the peninsula. The joint military exercise that started Monday are scheduled to run through August 27th. Pyongyang has long denounced the joint drills, calling them a rehearsal for invading. Yeah, we might invade your ass, dude. Chill out. Don't do anything stupid. I can't believe that we're saying we're good friends with like an evil dictator that hacks all of our systems and shit. Like what? What are we talking about here? Like why is that even being said? I don't understand. Like I mean, I guess we need to throw some of our allies under the bus. Like Europe needs to kick it into gear, you know what I'm saying? But like what are we doing? What are we doing like max hurting South Korea? Like what? Popular language app is on the cusp of a turnaround. Buy the stock now. Duolingo, isn't this what Wes uses? What Wes uses and is addicted to? Hold on. I'm not going to be able to read it. Is Wes out here fucking about to be the turnaround Duolingo needed? That's hilarious. It is, dude. That's fucking hilarious. I cannot even say what I just typed into the team chat, but I just said Wes is. I kind of say it. Wes is causing the stock to turn around as a user because he's addicted to daily badges saying "chi chi diao." That makes me. That's so funny, dude. He's a super user. He's a super user. Super user. The guy's a super user. I'm definitely gonna buy the stock. What is the fucking what's the stock? How do I buy Duolingo stock? How do you spell it? Duolingo? How the fuck do you spell Duolingo? D-U D-U-O-L is the stock. Where are we at here? $135 a share. What the fuck is going on here? This shit was at 500. I heard Duolingo works better than Rosetta. Hey, I know people using it. I mean, damn. 135 a share. What are we learning to speak alien to go to space over here? What the fuck in the hell? This shit is crazy. What's the market cap? What's the market cap of this thing? Where could I see the market cap? The fucking market cap. $6 billion. $6 billion market cap. Jesus. Dude, I can't talk to this guy in fucking in Discord. We're live on stream here, Dad. Duolingo's its own company. That's wild though. That is so fucking wild. Duolingo is worth 6 billion fucking dollars, and that's on the turnaround. That's the bottom. Same as Cardano? No way. Is that true, dude? Is that fucking true, dude? Which one's overvalued? No. No. What? Oh my god. Which is more overvalued? Duolingo or Duel or Ada? That's fucking classic. Oh my god. Bro, it's going back to 500 a share. It very well might. It's at 135. It peaked a year ago. That's May 2025. Evan says Duel is more overvalued. Oh shit. How the fuck is the language app worth 6 million? And then worth 1 trillion. Events in space. I said events in space, events on Mars, events on the moon. Oh my god, how the fuck he said Duolingo? Which I said which is more overvalued? Duolingo or Ada? Oh my god, they both have the same market cap. Dude, money isn't real. That is so fucked up, dude. What is happening out here? Oh my god, money is not real, dude. Probably 50 language apps out there, but I bet Duolingo has tons of users, probably miles ahead of others. Yeah. Can we advertise on Duolingo? Is there advertising on Duolingo? Let's see. Tell me about it, dude. How do they do they only make money off of fucking whoa? That's the only thing is just log in. No, you got to give me some info here. Right? Personalized learning, learn anytime, anywhere. Power up with Super Duolingo. Duolingo English Chest. I probably need the English one myself, dude. Learn a language. Investors. Wow, do they have ads or anything? Like, how does this work? Interesting. Duolingo, huh? Set your language. Dude, what do I want to learn? What language would I even want to learn? Bitcoin options remain expensive despite summer calm. Here's why it matters. Why is this guy's photo up here? Who's this dude? This looks like one of the AI bros. You say only pose? Yay! Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Mate couldn't even say Tottenham properly. I'd say you need the English one, dude. I don't know how to speak proper fucking English from England, dude. I'm from a cornfield in Ohio, and I smoke weed. I'm somewhere of a mix between like a hippie, a surfer, and just some fucking midwestern hillbilly, dude. From the literally a hillbilly from the Appalachian Mountains. Actually, legit. Visa's looking for a new stablecoin settlement partner with licensing capabilities across multiple regions. According to documents seen by Coindesk, this would fill the role previously held by BVNK, the stablecoin firm acquired by MasterCard. Yoink! Visa's request for product talks about the ability to swap and support a range of stablecoins as well as handle settlement for the newly introduced OpenUSD stablecoin project fronted by Stripe, Visa, and MasterCard, which plans to support multiple stablecoins. They're like partners, but enemies and shit. They're frenemies. Need for a stablecoin partner licensed in all major markets means the scope of potential partners is narrowed somewhat, Visa said. The payments giant said it looks at one settlement and an over the OTC partner in particular with cryptocurrency exchange licenses in the US, Canada, UK, and Singapore. Stablecoin race hasn't slowed down despite a flat, bearish market persisting across the rest of the crypto industry. Stablecoins have become a focal point. They have. Market cap is above 300 billion. Strategic moves more urgent when Stripe acquired infrastructure firm Bridge in 2024 for 1.1 billion. It's probably put pressure on the likes of Visa and MasterCard to start kicking the tires of other stablecoin shops so as to not be outflanked by Stripe. Visa launched its Visa stablecoin platform, giving banks, fintechs, and payment providers tools to access, store, redeem, and move stablecoins, with OUSD serving as the initial supported Token. Token. Visa declined for comment. Very interesting here. The traditional like enterprise war is definitely heating up. Even though crypto is down, there's like Visa, Mastercard, Bridge, and all these people like they're building this because they are solving some type of problem moving money. You know. Why is there a photo of a tractor combine? Harvesting season drives up demand for diesel. I guess I'm not that much of a farmer because I never knew that was a fucking thing, and I do live in the city of Cincinnati. On Monday, CoinDesk reported that Goldman Sachs was downplaying the chance of the Federal Reserve raising interest rates in September, citing slower inflation. New data is muddying that outlook. The first detail is the difference between the price of diesel and the cost of crude oil used to produce it. The gap, known as the crack, has surged to a record 102.20 a barrel. The wars in Iran and Ukraine are disrupting global oil supplies, driving the crack wider just as seasonal demand peaks because farmers need fuel to run tractors and harvest crops. Food is about to get a lot more expensive. Agricultural runs on diesel equipment and shipping. Heating oil is next ahead of winter, and everything moved by truck or ship will be driving inflation higher. We're fucked. We are so fucked, right? Is the writing not on the wall? Like, seems like we're about to get fucked, doesn't it? Takeaway that is, even as oil prices retreat from their second quarter highs, oil products are getting more expensive. The broader market, including BTC, might not have fully priced that in yet. Oh my god, we're going lower. Everybody's bearish. Push yields, U.S. Treasuries, on the other advanced economy bonds higher. Bitcoin's favor, at least for now. The dollar index fell to 2.5 month low of 99.29 on Monday. Broke down from a bullish trend line. Oh no, dude. Yikes. Is the bull market over? Of course it's going to be over, right, as I start to get a nice chunk of money in. And I'm going to be underwater living off of dividends, wondering why I put all that in there. That's exactly what's going to happen. I get it. Totally get it, dude. Trap me in there, liquidate me out, dude. I'm here for it, dude. I'm here for you, bankers, dude. That's what I'm here for. Liquidate me, dude. South Korea is not going to let Polymarket go down. What's going on here? South Korea joins more than 30 jurisdictions restricting Polymarket. What's happening here? Crypto based gambling activities. We can't comment on it more. Kraken parent Payward joins Anthropic project Glasswing for AI security push. The Gathering of the Juggalos starts tomorrow. What does that even mean, dude? I know what the Gathering of the Juggalos is. And I've been to the venue, dude. I've been to the Gorge. Not during the Gathering of the Not for the Gathering of the Juggalos, that's for sure. But I've been to the Gorge for other hippie type festivals. What was it called? Was it Hookahville? Acoustic Hookah? Used to be this fucking bluegrass band based out of here in Cincinnati that, or maybe they were based out of Columbus, I think, that threw threw an event up there. The Gorge, it's like up near Cleveland and Akron, I think, like northeast Ohio, the complete opposite side of the state, but that's where they throw the Gathering of the Juggalos. Ohio Gorge video. No, not that Gorge Gravy. There is a dope music venue in Oregon called the Gorge, um, but that is definitely not what we're talking about. Where's Hookahville at? I mean, that is definitely called the Gorge, yeah. Where is Hookahville hosted? Nelson Ledges is what it's called. Nelson Ledges. Took me a while. Nelson Ledges. Quarry Park. Quarry Park. Quarry Park in Ohio. Nelson Ledges Quarry Park is a private, spring fed, 230-acre recreational area. The DJ you were watching this morning was at the Gorge in Oregon. Yeah, yeah. All others are imitations. Totally true. Yeah, see, it's right out here by Youngstown and Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. This is where all the juggalos are. Ohio. The Gorge is also where that like legendary hippie dancing like meme is from. You know what I'm talking about? And good morning, Gravy. Welcome. Welcome to the 9 a.m. with the Rand Corp stream. We appreciate you for joining us, for being one of the few, the proud, the brave to be here today. You know what I'm saying? GM? Nobody else is here with our three little viewers across fucking three platforms. I got one viewer for every platform I stream on. It's an emo day. It's an emo day. Dude, tough going recharging the stream. Who said it yesterday? It's because I quit and I left for a while. Ain't nobody coming back. They're like, fuck you, dude. You left us, bro. Did I just get drafted? Yeah, dude, you're drafted. You're locked in. You need to be here every freaking day for the rest of your life. You have a 7-year contract. Isn't that what it was? You got to lock in for 7 years, dog. Alleged 165 million crypto Ponzi mastermind. Dude, how do people Ponzi up to 165 million? How does it even happen? Kraken launches US listed stock trading. How many zeros on that contract? 1 0. I have one. I got a zero for you. Hey, dude, I got you $1. Like literally, I got $1 for you, Gravy. This is for you, dude. Think about it. You spend 7 years being here every day on the show with duds. Oh no! Oh. What do you mean with duds? Uh, Finance to plan UK relaunch with FCA license. This shit is interesting. Everybody is talking about compute, like compute power as a new commodity, and people are going to start trading it and buying and selling it. That shit is fucking. This shit is crazy. Like it is I understand it, but it's so weird to conceptualize. Like we definitely trade corn and oil and metals and all these things we need, and we fucking need computer power in the future, right? Like people need compute to do things, and people are going to trade for it. You're a scientist in a lab somewhere at a university, and you need some compute to solve some fucking problem. Where do you go buy it? What is it worth? It's kind of, dude, it is so wild that we have turned brain power into a commodity. We have commoditized brain power. I don't even know how to put it because did we do, like, as I said that, it was like, did we do that before with slaves? Artificial brain power. We have commoditized artificial brain power, right? The U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission is prepared to solicit public comment on futures contracts tied to computing capacity, a critical resource for artificial intelligence, as major exchanges move to launch products tied to emerging asset classes. Bloomberg reported Monday that the regulator sent a request for comment to the White House Office of Management and Budget for review. The move could complicate the timeline for planned compute futures from CME Group, an intercontinental exchange whose products would remain subject to regulatory approval. Once the White House reviews, CFTC is expected to open public comment 30 to 60 days. Regulators are still weighing questions around markets that would allow participants to trade and hedge costs of computing power. That is so crazy. CME announced last week that it plans to launch 2 compute futures contracts October 5th, effectively turning AI computing capacity into a tradable commodity alongside oil and electricity. Dude. Firm Silicon Data will provide the benchmarks used to price the contracts. The products are being launched as artificial intelligence reshapes the economy. So fucking crazy. That is a crazy article. I totally see it. Whoever learns how to fucking trade computational power, as Ian Am puts it, will definitely be kingmaker. That is so fucking crazy. It's 9:05 now, right before the markets open. The SPY's about to get whacked today. The QQQ absolutely about to get murdered today. It's going to be a bloodbath, chat. It's going to be a total bloodbath of a day. Just close your eyes, look away. Don't look. Everything's going to get wrecked today. It's going to be real bad, okay? It's going to get real bad out there. Was this at the Gorge? It is the Gorge, May 2026. Is there any breaking 9 a.m. news to hear about, or are we just totally screwed? Rising yields in oil put pressure on the S&P. Multi-decade high. Nvidia is so rich that they're financing everybody. It's gorgeous. The startup using AI to help rare disease families develop custom treatments. What? Say what? What's some crazy news article that we should look at? All right. And while I wait for people to comment some sweet news article or something we should be looking at, Jacqueline Lee first said something was off with her daughter just before her first birthday. She was under a year old and nobody believed me, including the pediatrician. She was missing some of the development milestones that her sister had hit at her age. Just advanced, that she should not be measuring development against theirs. Was 15 months, had grown more insistent. I said to my husband, because I couldn't go to the pediatrician appointment, you do not leave that pediatrician appointment without getting some type of a referral for an eval. Something is different, I'm telling you. Was diagnosed with autism. It wasn't until her parents received the results of a genetic test when Isla was 3 years old that they realized the cause of her struggle. DAND, an ultra rare group of genetic conditions characterized by developmental delays, intellectual disability, and autism. Only about 200 patients have been diagnosed with the disease worldwide. Hmm. Her grief into action, gathering all the information she could while connecting with researchers and other parents with the same condition. She found 4 other mothers and launched the DAND Alliance, a group that was able to raise money towards developing a treatment. For 5 of the working moms, life had already become unsustainable. Where does AI figure out where they should spend money, knowing what we had so much? We really wanted a final document that was board ready. It's like a pipeline of sequencing. Okay, you need A to get to B to get to C. To Gnome, startup trying to positions itself as a contract research organization, or CROW, dedicated to serving smaller rare disease groups that the pharma industry does not often cater to. A 53-page report detailing next steps and outlining everything from animal studies to trial design. And eventually it got in the terms of speed in which we wanted to move and how urgent this was. The fact that we were so new, we didn't have a lot of funding. Wait, what? So these people are going to create custom drugs? No FDA approved, able to raise money towards developing an individualized treatment, but the work required to get there coupled with what? How are they going to do this? Don't they need like millions of dollars? After a patient identifies a genetic disorder, they can upload the test results into Gnome system. Gnome uses an AI platform that it built, one that it says is more accurate than readily available consumer models to search for potential treatment options. about 10 minutes. We have a PhD in the loop on top of that before we send anything back to a patient, but it really allows us to give back that answer in a few minutes versus dozens of hours. What? It's going to give you a report and just tell you something you might be able to use? Mm. No makes money when customers hire them to help design clinical trials for the treatment options or to act as a project manager to usher the drug to a point where it can be built and delivered to the patients that need them. You once we tell you that it's possible, you contract with us to do all the actual hard work and heavy lifting, like a concierge drug developer working for you. How much does this cost? Does this not have to cost zillions of dollars? How is this even possible? Is this not preying on people? Like, does any of this actually get to medicine? Okay, thank you, God. Drug development costs believes better use of AI will be key in making these kinds of treatments more accessible. We know that a customized ASO is between 1.2 and 1.4 million. If we could bring that cost down by 50%, we hope we could create a pathway where insurance might even start to pay for them. Now covered by most. What is CAR T cancer therapies? 1.2 to 1.4 million to get yourself a customized drug? I mean, you got to be fucking rich, but like, interesting. Damn, that is definitely interesting. We're about to start printing some custom medicines. Think of where we'll be in like 20 years. Form of immunotherapy genetically engineers patients' own T cells to recognize and destroy cancer cells. Leukemia, lymphoma, multiple myeloma, particularly with the disease. Wow. That's crazy, dude. People are going to live forever after the next 50 years. Like, what? How is this? How is this going to work, dude? Ugh. Woo, wake up. It's 9:12, dude. Quiet morning. No viewers out there. No comments on the old X. It says 0 viewers on X, 0 viewers on YouTube. Maybe we'll make the cutoff. What's the cutoff for what? Oh, for when people live forever? Have people I think people have been wishing for that. We can be the guinea pigs. I'm good on being the guinea pig. Totally good on that, my friend. Hard pass. My friend, you be the guinea pig, my friend. American Airlines to add seat back screens. Bigger first class in a race to catch up to Delta and United. American Airlines finally giving the green light to seatback screens as the carrier works to close the profit gap. The new screens, which will feature 4K displays. Wow. Who needs a 4K display on the plane? Calm down. The technology has advanced so much from when we made this decision more than a decade ago. Ultimately, when you have customers' preferences and customer satisfaction improvements, that also generates revenue. More premium seats, plush lounges, improving the airline's network. Lounges are a joke. Airline lounges are worthless. They let too many credit. The credit cards need to find other perks that are not the lounge. The fucking the fucking airline lounges should be for business travelers only. It should be based off of miles fucking flown and flights flown. I don't want to be in the fucking lounge with a fucking family that only goes on one trip a year, but they spend on their fucking credit card and they're taking up the room at the bar and the food and all the good seats are taken up and shit like that. That shit is fucked up, dude. If you are not a business traveler, stay the fuck out of the lounge. And I don't even go to the lounge anymore because it's fucking calmer. You could find a calmer spot outside of the fucking lounge. Like, the lounge isn't even exclusive anymore. It's fucking just as packed, if not more packed, than fucking just finding a spot in the lounge. It's no different. No fucking different. Lounges are whack. The lounges are whack these days. That's my rant of the morning, dude. Meta faces astronomical consequences. That doesn't sound good. Yikes. Worrisome. AI is driving a looming market correction. Oh no, we're about to get fucked. The QQQ is fucked. We didn't make the all time high like the SPY did, and now we're about to all pull back here on this shit. Oh no. US and European stocks are scaling at record highs as investors pile into the AI boom, but economists at the European Central Bank warn that history points to a sharp downturn ahead. No! Economic research on past terminological revolutions point to a worrisome conclusion. A correction of current stock market valuations is likely. Fuck. A correction could occur because overconfident, over optimistic investors push prices up beyond their fundamental worth, leading to a crash when exuberance fades. But a fall in prices should be expected even if current valuations are an accurate reflection of AI's capacity to reshape global economy. Why is that? Parallels with the 19th century railway boom, the expansion of electricity and radio in the 20s, the rise of the internet in the 90s. Oh no, dude, oh no. Current AI wave has been compared to the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s. Oh no. As adoption spreads, uncertainty becomes economy wide. If something then goes wrong with that technology, the whole economy suffers. The boom and bust cycles are only identifiable with hindsight. Oh no. Are we fucked? Is this the rollover right here? Can we please not have war with Iran? Can we just like chill out? Why is Trump being so fucking crazy? Can we calm? Whoa. Shit's getting wild. Disney ABC has filed its First Amendment lawsuit against FCC, calling the government agency recent investigation into the company a retaliatory campaign due to the nature of its programming, which has been critical of President Donald Trump. The move comes months after the FCC launched an early renewal of a set of ABC's broadcast station licenses. Citing, wait, it was months after that. Diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. That early review process came shortly after renewed political backlash against ABC following comments made by TV host Jimmy Kimmel. FCC to halt its early broadcast renewal proceedings. It sounds like it's a good thing, but they're like, no. Getting an early broadcast renewal means they're just investigating us. Yikes. Things are heating up. This isn't good. Interesting. Kraken launches a cashback debit card up to 2%. Really? Up to 2% in cash or Bitcoin back. Rewards are paid directly as money rather than points. It also lets customers spend directly for more than 600 currencies and crypto assets, automatically converting whichever balances they choose into dollars at the point of purchase. Hmm. Kraken seems to be doubling down on its distinctly crypto native identity. Its roots stretch back to crypto's earliest days when decentralization and financial autonomy were core to the movement. And rather than distancing itself from that culture as the industry matured, Kraken appears to be making it a defining part of its brand. People have lost trust in how the financial system treats them, and the rates they're paid, the fees they're charged, and how rewards actually work. I mean, dude, people have also lost trust in crypto, been fucking getting scammed or hacked every 5 minutes. Growing disconnect between the American consumer and the financial products available to them. But Kraken, 63% of them they feel financially behind. 60% would switch to a debit card that offers meaningful rewards without requiring them to take on debt. Oh, wait, this is a debit card? Whoa, that is wild. Cashback debit card. Not even taking on any debt, it's just a debit card. Whoa, that's fucking fire. I would totally close or stop using my credit card if I could just get the reward as a debit card. Damn. And it makes sense too. Like, why make me run it through a credit card and then pay? Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I got an email here. Feels more like a pricing exercise based on the list they shared. Very interesting. Board video. Yeah, it's not worth us buying all the gear, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we won't be buying all the gear for that because we don't have it as a business, my friend. It's 9:22. Market's about to open. We got 4 freaking viewers out there. Hell yeah. We appreciate you guys for sticking around this long. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long road out here, dude. Interesting. Is he watching a video or doing an interview? Interesting. Interesting. Let's send it to I don't know what to do, chat. Where do we go? Where do we go? Jeez, the QQQ is gonna get slaughtered today. The spy is gonna get slaughtered today. It's gonna be a rough one, chat. Hold on. Damn, we gotta make that happen. I'm about to buy the streaming backpack, guys. It's about to go down. Dude, we need the IRL streaming backpack. We need to go do some crazy shit. I might plan some crazy ass shit. Alright. Slash raid thread guy. Why not? He's the most like us. We're gonna fire it off. I'm going to see you guys on the flip side. We're going to get to work. We got shit to do out here. Did you DCA at any lower prices? Not till the first of the month. I'm just chilling. I don't have any money to put in right now. So hopefully we keep going down. You know what I mean? Hopefully we just keep going down. I appreciate everybody for viewing. Market's about to open. You guys have a good one out there. You know what I'm saying? Have a great Tuesday. We will be back tomorrow. We have to go talk with a congressman today. We got some stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So we will see you guys on the flip side. D King 420's out there. Damn. Hello, hello, hello. If I would have known, my man, Corbin, my man, if I would have known people was out there, I wouldn't have clicked the raid button. We'll see y'all later. Peace.